everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be undoubtedly one of my favourite videos to watch and also one of my favourite videos to film, a handbag reveal video. Now if you watched my previous video, you may already be aware that this is going to be a trilogy, if you will, of handbag videos. I'm going to make this one today, and then my next two videos to follow are also going to be handbag reveal videos, which is very, very exciting, and I can't wait to share my purchases with you guys. So anyway, back to today's handbag reveal video, let's get started. So, to give a little bit of a backstory about how I ended up with a handbag from this brand, I'll only be quick about it because I'm sure that all you want to do is just hear about the handbag. But just to give you a little bit of information, what actually happened was I went into Chanel and I really wanted to buy the grey classic flap bag, which is pretty hard to get hold of, and I believe it is a seasonal piece, so once it's gone, it's gone. So I was very happy when I went into Chanel and discovered that they had the grey classic flap. Now, what subsequently happened was I went and had a look at the classic flap. Of course, loved it. It is a beyond stunning handbag, but I wanted to kind of mull it over and think about it a little bit before I definitely purchased it, because obviously they are a lot of money, and so I knew they had it there. They had quite a few at the time, and so I thought, okay, I'm going to go away and just have a look elsewhere just to see that that's definitely the bag that I want. So what I did was I actually went to another Chanel and had a look around at all the other bags as well. Or I say I had a look around at all the other bags. This is where the problem started. Unfortunately, and this isn't the first time this has happened to me, I really had very, very disappointing and quite poor service, which, as a result, kind of put me in a really bad mood, and I ended up not purchasing a Chanel bag because I just don't feel that when you're spending or thinking of spending a lot of money, I don't feel it's good enough to have poor service. So I left Chanel and I went to Dior and ended up buying several handbags from Dior instead. So I went to Dior and I visited the Selfridges Dior, and also at a later date I went to the Harrods Dior concession. I will say, do not hesitate to go into Dior. I have been in on a number of occasions now, and every time I go in there, the service is absolutely impeccable. It is really second to none. They are absolutely amazing. They can't help you enough. They're so friendly and they're very willing to show you as many things as you want to see. They're not pushy. They're not kind of expecting or waiting for you to buy something. If you go in there and just look and walk out without buying anything, they don't kind of make you feel guilty or bad about that. I feel like whether you're spending £150 or thousands of pounds, you get treated exactly the same. It's just such a pleasant and just lovely shopping experience in there. And so, because I had such a lovely experience, I ended up buying several of their handbags. Not just because of the lovely experience, obviously, but because their bags are so incredibly beautiful, and I had saved up some money to purchase a bag. So obviously I ended up purchasing 3 bags, all of which I'm going to share with you. Today is bag number 1. There are no particular order of which one's my favourite, but this just happens to be the one that I have actually used, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen it on an Instagram photo of mine, and in my previous video I promised that I would share this bag with you guys. So let's just get on with showing you the bag. And so the bag that we're going to talk about today is this one. Now, I have to say, without a shadow of a doubt, this is my current absolute favourite bag. I actually can't get enough of this. I love it so, so much. This is the Diorever bag in the black, and this is the mini size. Now, ordinarily, I would shy away from small bags, but now having been into Dior and trying on many a bag and all different sizes, I have discovered that actually, because I am quite short, I've discovered that smaller bags actually suit my frame a lot better than bigger bags. Not necessarily as practical, obviously, as bigger bags because you can't fit as much in them. However, because the bags are so beautiful, I am just having to make sure that I'm not carrying around as much junk as I normally do in a bigger bag. So this is the mini Diorever bag in the black with the silver toned hardware. There are so many elements of this bag that I absolutely love. First of all, obviously, as you can see, it is quite a structured shape. It's very solid and very kind of square, kind of potentially a slightly more sort of masculine vibe, but I love how structured it is because it does retain its shape and it always has that very strong, lovely structured look. Now, as you can potentially see, there are different ways to wear this. So obviously it has the two little top handle bits, which I have to say are kind of too short to put on the crook of your arm, but look beautiful when you just carry it in your hand. It also has the long shoulder strap, which is adjustable. It's got kind of the buckle detail there, so you can wear it kind of just on your shoulder, or I think this bag looks so beautiful wearing it across body, and it does just sit beautifully on kind of my hip area, so just the perfect length. But as I said, you can adjust it, so depending on where you are comfortable with it sitting on your body, you can adjust it to that place. So moving on to more of the details of the bag, as you can see, I have actually put a little Dior scarf or twilly, or I think they call it mitza or something along those lines. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce it, but I have actually put this on. These don't come with the bag, obviously you have to buy them separately. I'll move on to that kind of towards the end. They just come with the plain leather handles, and as you can see from the front, it's got the very beautiful sort of iconically Dior sort of crest or emblem, which embossed on the central part has the sort of Dior quilting, very sort of obviously Dior, and as always just extremely beautiful. I love how it's sort of right in the centre of the bag, so it's very sort of statement, but it's not too big, it doesn't sort of overwhelm the bag, but it does just add that bit of extra something to kind of brighten up and lift the bag. On the sides, as you can see, these are obviously removable, so if you didn't want to carry it with the long strap on it, you can take them off, and then it just has the little clasp hanging down. But it also has two little sort of poppers at the side, and then on the back, it's very plain, but as you can probably see, there are two little circular sections here, and what those bits are actually, I believe, little magnets. So the idea is that the flap at the front folds back and the magnets stick together, so the flap stays back and sits beautifully and neatly on the back of the bag if you want to carry it in that way. I'll show you what it looks like when the flap's folded back. So this is the bag with the flap folded right back. As you can see, it just doesn't have the flap detail, it just ends up having the central section of the clasp left, and then it says Christian Dior Paris in silver just above it. It still looks absolutely beautiful without the flap. I love the way it looks open as well. And then if I turn it round, you can see that the flap just sits perfectly because the ingenious little magnetic bits mean that it doesn't flap about, it just sits perfectly at the back of the bag. So I actually love the way it looks both ways. If you want to have it closed, which actually is the way that I do carry it because I think that it's much more secure to carry it in that way, but obviously it looks stunning both ways. So I love that you have that kind of choice to be able to carry it in two different ways. So if you look inside the bag, you can see there's this central piece that just sort of keeps the bag held together and makes it feel that little bit more secure. And inside the bag there is a little strip, so that piece just sort of slides into the strip and sits perfectly. If I open the bag up a bit, it's quite difficult to show you because this is a very small bag, but you can see that inside there's not an absolutely huge amount of space, but I did manage to fit all the essentials into this bag perfectly. It has a pocket at the front where this leather bit slides in, and also it has a pocket at the back as well. Not huge pockets, but if you wanted to, you could put a few bits in there. I actually haven't used those pockets because they are quite small, but you definitely could do if you wanted to. And then that's pretty much it inside. It's very simple, but I have to say I was actually pleasantly surprised with how much you can fit in this bag, considering it is quite a small bag. I did definitely manage to fit much more than I thought I would in this bag, so I know that I definitely fit phone, card holder, I think I even fit like a spare battery pack for my phone, some makeup products, some tissues, and and I think a couple of other pieces as well. So it does fit kind of the essential pieces into the bag. I think you probably could get a small wallet in here as well. I used a card holder when I was using this bag, but I'm pretty sure you could get a small wallet in with your phone and a few other bits as well. So it is kind of a bag that you can definitely fit all of the essential items in. The leather on this bag is absolutely beautiful. It's kind of a grainy textured leather, but it's super, super soft and just feels very expensive and really luxurious. If I turn it underneath, you can actually see that it has 4 little metal feet, which I have just noticed. I've left the little rubber protector bits on, so I'll take those off so you can see exactly what the feet look like. So it's the shiny silver feet underneath as well, which is great because obviously if you put your bag down, it protects it from scuffing underneath. And so I do think that's probably pretty much it about this bag. There's not an awful lot more to tell you about it other than I absolutely love it. I'll also now tell you the price, because I know that some of you are really interested in buying this bag, or if you're thinking about buying this bag, it's always kind of useful to know how much these bags cost. And this bag retails for £2,150. I know that I'm going to get so much use out of this bag. I absolutely love it. I genuinely get quite excited to take it out and use it. It's such a beautiful bag. I actually am not going to be hugely helpful here, which really isn't great for when you're making a video, but I think this scarf actually was the last one that they had. It's no longer on the website. I can't even find kind of a picture of it online because I don't know what it's called. But when I was saying that I wanted one of these scarves to go on the bag, they brought out so many different ones, and this one, I fell in love with it literally the second I saw it. It is so beautiful. I also feel really bad because I can't bring myself to take it off the handle, because I know if I do that, it will never look kind of as even or as nice if I try and redo it myself. They actually put it on for me in the shop because I wanted to make sure that it looked kind of nice. I know if I do it would just look a mess. But I will try and find a picture of exactly what this one looks like when it's kind of flat. But so far I haven't been able to find a picture of it online, which really isn't helpful. But they do so many different colours, patterns, everything in these scarves, and I actually am obsessed with them. I can just see myself hopefully building up a little collection of these, because honestly they just change a bag. I tried so many different ones on and they all looked absolutely beautiful. They just do something. They do something amazing. They do something magical to a bag when you put them on. They just change it, make it even more kind of stunning, and I am obsessed. I'm absolutely obsessed with these. Obviously they're amazing because you can take them off if you want to and put them on another bag. So they're so versatile, and it's black one side and then it's got kind of the pastel coloured, I think it is kind of a star sign pattern all over the scarf, and then the other side also amazing, and it took me ages to decide which side I should have on the bag, but I just went for kind of the slightly more subtle one with the little pop of colour. But the other side is sort of an off-white, and then it's got a star detail at the end, which is absolutely amazing. So if you do decide that you want to change, you can turn it over and then you've got a completely different look of scarf wrapped around your bag. I love them so much. I think the idea of them is to protect the handles, which also means that your bag is protected and looked after for longer. You're probably supposed to put one on each handle to protect both handles, but I just like the look of it on one. And these are also 100% silk, so they feel absolutely divine. They look beautiful, and this one was £150, so obviously they're not cheap. But if you are looking for a special piece from Dior, you could literally buy one of these and put this on any handbag. You could put it on a high street handbag and it just adds that kind of designer touch. And I completely intend on getting more of them to add to some of my other bags because I just think they're so beautiful. I think that is all the information about the bag. If you are interested in knowing the exact dimensions of the bag, I will write it all in the description box down below so that you can visualise exactly the size of the bag if you want to know exactly how big it is. And I'll write down kind of the name of the leather, and I'll write all the information in the description box down below. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my video. Please do give me a very happy thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, and don't forget also to follow me on Instagram. Don't forget to pop back to my channel soon, because I will be posting my second Dior handbag reveal video. I would love it if you would come back and watch that as well. Thank you again so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again very soon in my next handbag reveal video. Take care, guys. Bye.